Smart Real Estate Wholesaling, Section 2, Automation. The second pillar of a real estate wholesaling empire. Do you like the idea of making money in your real estate wholesaling business while you are sleeping and snoring deeply, dead in the middle of the night? Most real estate wholesaling investors try to outsmart the universal laws and the rules of high performance and hypergrowth. One of those rules is thou shalt leverage existing resources, trends, and ocean waves. Another one, and probably most important one, is thou shalt not swim against the trend of the ocean. In fact, we all start with some level of existing resources. If there is life, even if all you have is life, with a little bit of above average desire and will, leverage will create a behemoth size real estate wholesaling empire. That doesn't mean a $20,000 deal this month and then nothing for the next 3 months after that, or never. I mean $10,000 per month in absolutely predictable monthly cash flow into your business. The beauty about that is the fact that automation as a key pillar and form of leverage also increases your chances of having $20,000 windfall days dramatically. 99% of real estate wholesaling investors have been trained with approaching their business with a manual labor mindset. They feel the more they do, the more results they create. Basically, they set up the business in a way that requires their direct input before they can make any money. A bigger problem is when it's not just a knowledge problem but more of a mindset issue. I've met people that would rather feel like they are active than actually making money or creating valuable results. The conventional knowledge is to send direct mail, drive for dollars, cold call, knock on doors, and hang bandit signs. If you have ever tried any of these things, you would already know that they are labor intensive strategies that generate results for a limited time, if any at all. I believe there is honor in labor, but I also believe you can go broke thinking that higher labor equals to higher productivity. At the end of the day, the more value you add to the marketplace, the more money you will make. Manual labor is a low productive input in a technology driven age. The only reward you get for manual labor is from selling your time. Have you noticed that at a construction site, the hardest working person from a physical and manual labor standpoint is the lowest paid person? You can actually observe this same thing across every walk of life. It makes sense because manual labor translates the lowest to actual value added than every other form of labor. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, is the first $100 billion man in history because he has added the most value in history. Clearly, he hasn't added the most manual labor value. He is simply the guy behind the most valued results creating automated machine ever. It's called Amazon. With Amazon, you never have to leave your house to shop ever again. You can simply grab your smartphone and have everything you want delivered to your doorsteps while actually spending less money. You don't have to agree with it. The numbers speak for themselves. And most importantly, the numbers agree with the concept of automation. The same rule applies for real estate wholesaling investors. Results are created in your business when you create deals that allow end buyers and investors to find and secure properties that they can add value to and make profits from. So your key performance indicator, KPI, is not necessarily how many properties you put under contract. It starts from how many contracts created that gets assigned to an end buyer for assignment fees, because that's when results are actually created in a traditional real estate wholesaling business. The top 1% of the real estate wholesaling game simply focus on anything that triggers more KPI, more revenue, and results as fast as possible, not necessarily humanly possible. Machines are learning more and more. Artificial intelligence is a real fast growing reality in every business model you can think of, from medical to real estate and all types of industries. Most real estate wholesaling investors act as if it's not applicable to them. Some do this under the excuse of being a newbie or having a low marketing budget. That excuse would only be valid if computers were more expensive for certain classes of people. That's clearly not the case. Anyone can pick up a decently performing computer laptop at Best Buy at a low cost of $150 to $250 these days. Adding world-class automation to creating results in the real estate wholesaling business is just a few clicks away. I will share it all in this publication, and implementation will improve the quality of your life and business by 1000%. Most people I know personally are hard workers. However, most of them are not remotely close to their fullest potential in productivity or income. Clearly, hard work is not the secret of high performance and productivity. It is not in real estate as well. However, automation is a major key to building a high competitive business now than ever before. Time is the most valuable resource that we have as human beings. We all have just about 24 hours of time on any given day. When you apply automation to your real estate wholesaling business, a lot of repetitive and redundant activities don't have to involve you personally or your personal time. You can then wisely and strategically invest your time in activities that trigger higher KPI for more results and more revenue. When I started my business back in 2005, I did direct mailing to pre-foreclosures list to create at least 100 exposures per week for my offer to purchase their properties. The gurus created so many gimmicky tactics that was sold to students, such as handwriting the letters, using only yellow papers, and etc. I too bought into some of those stupid stuff. I would manually apply stamps, leak envelopes, and stick them. It was an excruciating process to get exposed potentially to 100 prospects. In this ever-evolving modern age, exposure can be completely automated, therefore increasing consistency, which is the number one secret of success in real estate wholesaling. So the second pillar of a smart real estate wholesaling business is automation. It will be applied mostly to the relationship building and perpetual prospecting and personal branding processes in the business. Before automation, this was a time-consuming and yet unproductive activity in the business. I had spent time in the past with prospects that didn't turn to signed contract. It's not that our offer doesn't get rejected anymore, but none of my personal time is involved in getting through more exposures, prospecting, and the only people I spend my personal time with are those who have already said yes to doing business with me. Society in general is moving more and more in this direction. Failure is basically guaranteed when you become stubborn and get stuck in old school ways. What that means is that you're spending your precious limited time on activities such as begging people to do business with you, while your competition gets it done a lot more faster and easier with automation, as they spend their personal time with real valuable and signed up clients only. Swimming against the ocean society trend is a guaranteed way to lose in the modern age. It may not seem like that yet because you are on the forefront of the trend. In the real estate wholesaling business, 99% of people are still chasing deals and prospects and quitting after failed tries. But soon enough, more smart real estate wholesaling investors will be created by our movement, and becoming one will be harder for you simply because of supply and demand. Right now is the time to upgrade your business by simply taking the action steps in this publication. Traditional real estate wholesaling is dead already, but as usual, most people wake up to that reality when it's too late. It reminds me of 2007 when my buddy and mentor Bob advised me to adjust strategies as there was a market shift going on that would disrupt the whole real estate world. By 2009 that I woke up, it was too late. The whole real estate world had collapsed a whole year before I felt it in reality. Don't be like the old me. Set up your second pillar, automation, into your business, starting one layer at a time. It's not a one-time event, it's a mindset. It's an ongoing event for a real estate wholesaling business that wants to be around for a long time. Go to myempirepro.com for more information.